All right, tonight we are going to be reading Any Small Goodness, which is in your textbook starting at page 407. Any Small Goodness was written by Tony Johnston, and on the top of page 406, I'm going to read to you the paragraph about the author. Born in California, Tony Johnston spent 15 years in Mexico. As she traveled, she collected handmade Indian belts. Her notes and stories about the belts became a collection of poems called My Mexico. Johnston usually works on several ideas at once and has published more than 75 books, including The Harmonica and Uncle Rain Cloud. All right, now I'm going to turn the page to 408, where we will start reading. Arturo is a basketball fanatic, just like the rest of his family and everyone else in the barrio, his Spanish-speaking neighborhood in Los Angeles. He gets up at the crack of dawn nearly every morning to attend practice at his school. This day will be a little different. Ours is a barrio of basketball maniacs. Our fans don't wear cheese hunks on their heads like some of those idiotos on TV. But they get pretty into the game. When the season approaches, like now, 2 worn shoes stop and start with no squeak. 2 softballs loft through the air. The whole neighborhood starts dribbling and jumping around, like a great big popcorn machine. Guess that's another reason I signed up. Like the ad says, I love this game. Now we're in the gym, waiting for Coach. He becomes late a lot because he owns a watch as primitive as a sundial and a car that's easily Jurassic. I count on every one of you players, Coach pounds into us again and again. I can't count on my watch. I can't count on my car. I've got to count on something. Everyone's about as zoned out as me. So there's a spurt of talk now and then, but mostly pretty senseless mumblings. Some kids stretch out on the bleachers for extra Z's. Our school colors are orange and green. Our mascot's the tiger. What Minso heads thought these things up? Tigers don't exist in that color combination. Tigers don't exist in L.A. Anyway, dressed like peas and carrots, our basketball class is waiting for Coach again. Unbelievable. Coach strolls into the gym in a suit with a tie off to one side, like a skinny, wide, flopped flag. He usually wears gray, oversized sweats that make him look like a melting elephant. Today, he's dressed up. The reason standing beside him, 7 foot plus, with the build of a post, and bald as a light bulb. An NBA basketball player once so famous he made Santa Claus seem like a total unknown. He's been out of the game a while, but any true fan knows him. Hey! The day's shaping up. What I notice mostly about this guy is his eyes, like owls. It seems like there are deep things in them, deep and mysterious. What's he doing lost among the tigers? He must have really veered off the road from Beverly Hills. Listen up, everybody, Coach says, as if he needs to grab our attention. We're all gaping like apes. You all know who this is, right? His face looks completely satisfied, like a cat who swallowed an entire turkey. Man, do we know this guy. He's here, says Coach, to hang out with us, watch our moves, instruct us, to be our assistant coach. Wow! At this news, it's amazing all the tigers don't swoon to the floor, but we don't. We're too stupefied. One thing, Coach adds, nobody breathes his name. Understood? Our new assistant wants to remain anonymous, to keep cameras from snooping around. I'm at the top of page 410. Right now, nobody can breathe anything. But somehow, guys pipe up with a Yohuro, Scout's honor, even though there are no scouts here, and I swear on the grave of my hamster. Then Coach Tree, my name for the wandering all-star, steps forward and says, Buenos dias. That snaps the spell. The tigers can no longer control themselves. They totally swarm the guy. He hugs everyone and they hug him, and he laughs and laughs. At home, we're discussing this coach thing over supper. Chile rellenos, which Mommy and Abuelita prepared together. For this dish, you need poblano, chilies, the black, green, glossy kind. Abuelita says you count the veins to pick the hottest ones. Some people prefer bland, but we want those strong enough to blow your head off. Once the skins are roasted and steamed off, you stuff the rest with meat or cheese and dunk them. You dunk them in flour. Then, with stiff coats of egg whites, they fry in oil, floating like hot islands. Last touch, a drizzle of tomato sauce. To help out, I usually chop the onions, wearing ski goggles that Abuelita and I got at a yard sale, so my tears don't dilute the sauce. One thing I know, if on my own, por lo menos, I could always fix chili rellenos. Our whole family loves basketball, even Abuelita. Probably even our cat, who sits in Abu's skimpy lap to watch all games. Especially, we love the Lakers. We know the names of all the players, their numbers, their seats, their stats. We are wild for their announcers, Chick and Stu. And given the chance, we would vote Chick for president. My brother's both excited and skeptical about Coach Tree, the barrio interloper. Louis is 3 years older than me. Maybe that's why he's untrusting. His motive must be money, Louis says, studying his mangled fork, a garbage disposal victim. But his eyes say no way can that be. The school district's wish list has a focus on books, not on NBA coaches. Yeah, I say. Like we've got a gushing oil well at school to turn into dollars at will. Louis burns me a look, so I say, so cut my heart out and fry it for dinner. Everyone, including him, laughs at the Aztec humor. Papi finishes his stuffed chili pepper. A que delicia. He almost sings about how delicious it is. Instead, he exclaims, "You are such a good cook, mi viada." It's that mole runs in your veins. All happy, Mommy laughs and goes a little red. Then she grows serious and says, I believe this basketball man has all he will ever need. I believe he is doing this coaching for love only. That sends Louis' eyes spinning in his skull. I can nearly hear his brain grinding. Love, man, don't you know? The world goes on verde, the green of dollars. But he says nothing disrespectful. Neither do I. I plan to just dribble my brains loose while this guy's here, to gain every possible tip. Maybe, with buckets of sweat, I'll become excelente at this game. I'm at the top of page 412. Coach Tree arrives every morning just about before anyone. He slips into the parking lot in some anonymous car and slowly unfolds himself out. Like a giant and rusted pocket knife. I say he's there before most everyone. Actually, at first, just about the whole school's waiting for a glimpse of him. He takes that easily. Just strides along, talking to crowding kids and smiling, like he's found himself a good home. From a distance, where I'm watching, this reception looks like a tall, calm ship riding a choppy sea. The new basketball program affects everyone, not just the big kids. From kinder on up, anyone can play. Our school is so old, kinder to 8th, and all grades are there. And they do play, if the ball doesn't bog them down. And even if it does, they just keep trying and trying. That's Coach Tree's real aim. Though everyone gets a shot at basketball against other schools and the older kids who suit up. I'm not world class, but somehow I make the team. For Coach Tree, the Tigers work like crazy. We don't have much height, but speed, we've got muchísimo. And we're okay shooters, too. To say Coach Tree helps us a lot is an understatement of the millennium. No whistles, no yells, no heaving of chairs. From steady practice and from his calm voice, the fundamentals sink in. Once, between classes, he stops me in the hall. My nerves get tangled as a fistful of paper clips. You're working hard, Arturo, he says. Quiet as ever, doing good. Hey, like a warm look from a girl, rare for me. I can live on these words forever. Before long, we're actually winning some games. That's partly due to one guy, Jose. A natural, you could say. He can steam past all defenders, fake one way, stutter up, elevate, shoot, and swish, all day, all night if he has to. Like breathing. Jose, he can flat play. Jose, a smooth player, but a real troublemaker. His family's a mess, so he bears a chip on his shoulder the size of a sequoia stump. He's been kicked out of school more times than there are numbers. He'd as soon spit on you as talk. He's pleitos, fights, for fun. Jose's a strong reason why we win. Still, for survival, after practice, wherever he is, our team pretty much vacates the area. There's a sign on my door. No se aceptan chismes. But actually, in my room, I allow carloads of gossip. Chismes bloom at school, too. Soon everyone knows that Coach Tree's losing things. A pen, a handkerchief, a keychain, once even a tennis shoe. Next thing I hear, the culprit's Jose. Word is, he's vending Coach Tree's abuelita to guys. Wow. Stealing from Coach Tree's like stealing from God. My opinion, Jose is the undisputed king of the minso heads. If it's true, we all expect that this is the last of him. He ought to depart the team fast. But after all, it must be a story invented for excitement because Jose keeps playing. Weird thing, though. Mucho muy strange. Sometimes he asks to shoot hoops with us. Sometimes he says hello. One night, Alicia comes over to do homework and snack on Mexican cooking. Crunching chicharron with lime juice squeezed on. We gouge into guacamole while we're sort of studying. I'm at the top of page 414. Sort of, because immediately concentration slips away. The air feels crackly as the pork runs. Like Alicia's got something to say. I mark my book with a tomato, the only thing around. From nowhere, she plunges in. Coach Tree caught Jose stealing his stuff. Yeah, I say, low-key, to see where this is going. Yeah, and he's letting it slide. Mentirosa! She's got to be lying. Amazement must fill my face, like the look of a stuffed deer. Well, not exactly letting it slide, she says. Coach Tree sees promise in Jose. He's spending free time with him, making him practice ball, making him study. Coach Tree says he won't let him toss his life into the dumpster. So Coach Tree works with Jose, one-on-one. I let that sink in. Think it'll work, I ask. Yeah, I do. Why? Because for the first time in forever, Jose trusts someone. After Alicia goes, I'm in my room thinking about Coach Tree and Jose. Coach doesn't have to do this. He's lost by choice in our nothing barrio, helping a kid with not many chances. Even though he's a hard case, I have hope if Alicia does. And she ought to know Jose's her brother. My grandmother takes a decision. I prepared chili rellenos for this coachman. That said, there's no stopping her. I'm ordered to tell the ex-NBA champ, that the peppers will arrive today after school, along with my whole family, and they do, in a see-through tub, not my family, the chilies. Coach Tree's waiting in the lunch court with a mob of curious kids when Abuelita gets there. Like a little broom, she sweeps right up and says, I am happy to meet you. You play basket real good. Chiles muy excelentes. Eat. Yes, ma'am. He samples the chili relleno when Abuelita cheerfully breathing down his neck and prodding. Excelente? Excelente? Suddenly, Coach Tree's like some cartoon character, steam puffing from his ears, strangling out words and speech balloons. Ah! Ah! I say, ah! 2, casting an arrowy stare at Abuelita. She's brought the hottest chilies in the universe. Man, my basketball days are over. Probably my life's over. CPR! Some kids shout. What a minso head! There's no CPR for peppers! I'm at the top of 416. Abuelita turns away, totally mortified. I take that back. She's giggling. We all hold our breath. Then, Gracias, senora. Excelentes, Coach Tree gasped. Everyone loses it. Meriendo de la risa. Then Coach Tree wipes tears from his face and bows and shakes Abuelita's hand. He shakes hands with everybody in the family. He laughs and laughs, and over the haze of the hot blacktop, Carrying the leftover chili peppers, he walks to his car. Slowly, a tall ship of smoking calm. Lewis is right. I find out from Alicia Coach Tree is coaching for money. His relative's a teacher here, so he said he'd help out at our school for the salary-shattering price of $1. I know my limits. In pickup games, I hold my own, but I'm not NBA bound. Still, maybe I could do something like Coach Tree. Something for love. Something that's mine. Though right now, I've got zero idea what. To use one of Poppy's favorite words, Coach Tree's a person to emulate. All right, that is the end of our reading. Please make sure that you finish your 6 questions to monitor your active reading and bring those to class tomorrow.